All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving into the markets. We're actually seeing Bitcoin take a little bit of a dip in the 50,000 range, but some gaming altcoins are ripping at this moment in time. So I'm going to go through the markets in that regard, go over a few updates across a couple of altcoins, but this week, the chatter across crypto gaming has obviously been focused on Maavia and Pixel. But what we're seeing is overwhelming interest in the upcoming token launch for Portal. I'm going to go over exactly why Portal is as hyped as it is. And is it worth the hype? With the biggest launch pool on Binance history, we will dive into all of these details, what you should expect from this token launch, and whether or not, this is going to materialize into a successful launch. We'll break that all down for you in this edition. So without further ado, let's get in the game. And as always, guys, drop down, hit that like button down below, and subscribe for more every single day and week here on In the Game. We're dropping multiple videos a week, breaking down the crypto gaming markets, and you can get all of your crypto gaming alpha right here on In the Game. So hit that subscribe button. Quick shout out to all of our sponsors here on In the Game. We have some amazing sponsors from Vulcan Forge, Ultra, Redato, Dreams Quest, Game Starter, NordVPN, Uncaged, 96.com, and Africa Rare. So we'll be going over a few of those at the end of the show today, but let's just jump right into it. As we see the market, some of these gaming coins are getting crazy volume. XAI is doing really well today on the volume. It's got 220 million in volume today, which is super impressive. And if we go over here to just the broader markets, we go over here to the top coins, we can see Bitcoin's in that high 50,000 range. So like the Bitcoin market is kind of taking a little bit of a dip, obviously down like 1% over the day and about 1.5% over the 7 days. But I'm bullish because we're ranging between 50 and 52, and heading into this halving, I really do think that we're going to see some more bullish momentum. And some of these gaming altcoins that we really like have been showing that bullish momentum. First and foremost, Honeyland, if we look at this weekly chart here, it got all the way down to 14 cents. Nice to see this rebound today, up 21% on the daily. And Vidar, who has called a lot of stuff, he's a Neo Tokyo citizen, a Neo Tokyo OG, I would say. He's working very closely with the Honeyland team. And, he says here, HXD is going to be max pain when people realize what's going on. I can't wait. Feel free to fade me. I enjoy human suffering. So he predicts that this will do very well. That's max pain for those who are on the sidelines. So that's going to be interesting to kind of take a look at. We have 𝗖𝗍𝗧. 𝗖𝗍𝗧 is doing very well today, and there's no mistake why. 𝗖𝗍𝗧 went ahead and announced their launchpad structure. So 𝗖𝗍𝗧 is going to be used for staking for the launchpad. And then we have Senate coming through the door, where Senate's going to be used for voting for the launches. So once again, 𝗖𝗍𝗧 is doing a really good job of balancing out the token economy to where one token does one function and one does the other. So Senate is going to decide which launches come through the door, and 𝗖𝗍𝗧 is what you will be staking to get those launches. And a nice little 12% bounce here on the day for 𝗖𝗍𝗧. We see Ultra up 12% for the day as well. Shout out to Ultra, one of our sponsors here on the show. So nice to see a few of these bounces. Playable games back over that 0.005 level. XAI having a nice day. Box bet in the green for the day. Cap Games just keeps on moving up, and that's really nice to see. Cap Games, we called this one pretty low. It's up 47% on the weekly. So there's a lot of good stuff in the market at the moment. And if I'm going to filter downward, there's obviously one thing. I think Super and Altura are still very good buys. Talking to Elio about what's coming for Super, I couldn't be more bullish. And when you look, Altura just partnered up with Superverse. So that's why I mentioned those two in tandem here. They're integrating Super into the marketplace with open arms. This partnership enriches both ecosystems, offering our innovative tools to their vibrant gaming community. Superverse connects gamers to the best Web3 games and products. So they just keep on adding collaborations from Beam to Polygon to Immutable. They partnered up with what was it? 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 to continue adding utility to the token. any dip here, I would be scooping, just knowing kind of what's in the pipeline here for super. And this got up to $1.27 the other day. I think it's a bit oversold, down a little over. I mean, from that high, that's like a 25% dip. I think that's just a little bit oversold. I think Mixmob is getting cheap again. It had a nice little run, but at an 8 million market cap, or at 12 million market cap, I think this one's pretty cheap at the moment in time. Anytime based gets in this area around that 20-cent range, I think that that's a pretty solid accumulation as well. And then one I'm definitely keeping my eye on is Ronin. I think if you don't have exposure to Ronin at this point in time, like, it's still 2x plus undervalued versus IMX, and the activity on the chain trumps IMX by far. So I think if you don't have Ronin exposure, I think that this is one you definitely need to keep your eyes on. Because if we look at the weekly here, obviously it's bounced up, but it went all the way up to 350, and now it's back down to this 290 level. I'm watching Ronin very closely. If you don't have exposure to Ronin or the Ronin ecosystem, I think it's definitely one you need to take a look at. But whenever we're looking across the market right now, a lot of the tokens in the market aren't what people focused on at the moment in time. So many game launches coming up that are super hyped on the heels of Pixel and Mavia. Everyone's trying to catch the next launch. And just in the next coming weeks, we have Portal, we have Aether Games. We're going to have potentially the 𝗦𝗶𝗆𝗄𝗏 token probably very soon. We're going to have a lot of different tokens coming to market. So, how do you play these things, and how can you justify which ones to get involved with? Well, first and foremost, let's take a look at the most hyped project that I've seen in recent history, and that is Portal. So let's go back in time here to the Twitter timeline around September, October, somewhere around there, where Portal was all over the feed. People were farming for Portal points for the airdrop. So people were posting about Portal, people were posting the ticker on your timeline, and everyone was so hyped about Portal. But at that point in time, nobody really knew exactly what the heck Portal was, right? They're kind of terming themselves as this universal gaming token and ecosystem. So at that point in time, I remember a lot of people were muting the word Portal on their timeline, so Portal didn't pop up. Well, they should have not done that, because now looking at what's happening, it's trading over the counter at $2, which is 20x for most, early either private or seed or angel investors. It's, currently sitting at about a 20x at this point in time, or more after this Binance launch pool news. So Portal then posts that it's been less than 24 hours since Portal's launch pool on Binance opened, and over 8.6 billion has already been staked. This is more than any token in Binance launch pool history, and there's still 6 days left of staking. Like, that's ridiculous numbers. And we can't wait to launch on February 29th and build the future of gaming with you. So as you scroll through the timeline, they are making some nice partnerships. They partnered up with Katana Inu. They partnered up with Aether Games. And if you look at their website, you can see all the different games that they are partnered with. Let's just scroll over to the website, because I think that some people, and rightfully so, still don't really know exactly what Portal does, whose Portal is going to be working with. So as you see here, Portal seems to be this overarching layer to where, you sign in and you have this unified gaming ecosystem. You sign in with Portal, you enter your email, your X, your Discord, your Twitch, your Xbox, or your PlayStation account. So you can log in with one click. You can make effortless payments. So it seems that, for their partner games, you're going to be able to go in and purchase their NFTs right on the Portal app. I'm just going to call it Portal because that's what it is, right? It's this little wallet portal where you can kind of interact in a multi-ecosystem fashion. All of your game items in one place. So it's a unified spot for all of your gaming assets to live inside of your Portal, I would say, your wallet at this point in time. You can connect with friends. So there's a social layer. As you can see here, you can chat, you can show off your assets, all that good stuff. And then you can play games on any chain. So they're going to be working with lots of games here to be this just integrated gaming pop-up app integration that you can just go into, play these different games, and then kind of host your assets within Portal. And I think that the coin is also, hoping to be integrated into a lot of these different gaming products, as we see here. So they're saying 200 plus games are working with Portal. Some of these, based on research, aren't 100% like we are working with Portal, like been announced, but they have listed 200 plus games here on their website that they're going to be working with. So that gives massive utility to the Portal token because people are going to be spending, using Portal within all these ecosystems. So, I mean, Portal definitely has an interesting dynamic. Like, I can't really put a finger on, like, is this going to be one of the biggest gaming coins that we see, like, in crypto? I don't know. Like, I based on the product currently, I can't say yes. I think we need to see more from Portal to kind of judge that. But as far as the launch goes, and they're going to have nodes, they're going to have their token, they're going to have tools for developers, all that good stuff. But as far as the launch goes, this is definitely one you have to keep your eyes on. After studying the tokenomics a bit, so there is an unlock on token generation. So when this lists on Binance, there's going to be private and seed and angel investors that get a percentage of tokens unlocked at TGE. So there could be a little bit of sell pressure from those early investors. What we typically see on a Binance launch is right after it gets on Binance, it's going to trade a little bit sideways after the first massive candle upward. It'll trade sideways and consolidate. Once those TGE sales are out of the way, and then there's going to be a lot of airdrops because of the people that farmed this airdrop. That's typically when we see the next move on price action. Prime example, let's go over to let's head to Pixels. Let's find Pixels here on the watch list. Let's go to the weekly. So we saw this one go up to 67 cents on launch, and then it comes down all the way to 49 cents after a lot of airdrop pressure. There's a lot of sell pressure in the ecosystem here, and this one immediately launched on Binance. This is sitting at a $2.5 billion market cap. So with Portal coming to Binance, you can probably expect something similar. I'm thinking anywhere between 1.5 to 3 billion on the diluted market cap, which seems crazy. But with $8.6 billion staked behind this token on Binance, I think it's reasonable to think this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar fully diluted market cap the second that it launches. So be careful out there. It could launch overvalued. The early investors, the people who get the airdrops, they're definitely going to take a little bit of profit because of how lucrative of a launch this is shaping up to be. But depending on where the market, if the market continues in an uptrend, and then we still see more successful launches coming through the door, from Mavia to Pixel to Portal to Aether Games to Pixelmon, all those good tokens that are on the way and that have launched and shown success, it could just be another one in that step of just crazy gaming launches. But I would just tread cautiously if you're buying on the open market right after this launches. This is going to be very speculative. And because of the uncertainty of the product currently, we just don't know how sustainable this will be. But I can tell you, this launch is something you need to have on your radar and you need to be paying attention to. Full disclosure, I am an early investor in this. So just to get that out of the way, I am an early investor in this. And when I get my TGE, I will definitely probably take a little bit of profit because of how lucrative this is looking to be. So that is just the disclaimer. And we'll always be, fully transparent with you on in the game. And that's why I'm here every day to give you guys the alpha. And I'm telling you straight away, I don't think buying this on the open market in the first day or 2, 3 days after the launch is smart. I think you wait. I think you see where this thing goes. Like if you're waiting for Pixel, you're getting a better entry. And I think Pixel will have a run once those cells are out of the way, once the airdrops are out of the way, all that good stuff. And that pressure just kind of, goes a little down. But at the same time, I do think that Portal is going to be in the same way. Big launch, consolidation, and then you can make your decision. But I would just tread cautiously on this launch. There's so much interest. There's so much liquidity coming in here. Who knows? This could launch it even higher than a 3 billion market cap based on how much being staked behind the token. So this is definitely one. Could be the biggest token launch in gaming in Q1, Q2, like the first half of the year of 2024. Because I think the biggest launch this year will be Off the Grid's Gunzilla token. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I think that's going to be a no-brainer, like absolute winner. But this for now is shaping up to be the biggest token launch of 2024 for good or bad reasons, right? I'm more bullish on Mavia than I am on Portal, but Portal seems to be just generating that social hype that's, cryptos thrive on. So I will be watching for this on February 29th, and we'll definitely update you on where this launch is at, how to play it if you're looking to get in on the secondary markets, all that good stuff. So be ready for those shows next week. And then, like I said, there's more tokens coming to market, guys. We have the Pixelmon token with Mon Protocol. There's 3 days until the community pre-sale here. So if you're in the Pixelmon community or you hold a golden trainer, you can participate here on Monday, February 26th to get your hands on some Mon tokens. We have the Arcade to Earn token coming up. I'm really excited for those guys to launch their token. I've been talking with them for some years at this point in time. I'm excited for Aether Games, which is coming up on March 8th, I believe is the date. So a lot of quality launches coming up. So don't get caught up on any given one. If you missed one, there are so many more to come. And that's another reason why, don't just ape into a new token launch because it's out there. There will be more plays, and there will be plays that maybe launch undervalued. Portal could launch maybe overvalued because of how much hype it's getting, right? So just tread cautiously, and I will always be here to update you on exactly how to play it in the open markets. And then lastly, but not least, a couple sponsor updates here. And this makes sense why we had, let's go back to the watch list on the 24 hours. There's a reason why Ultra has taken a nice little bounce, not just on the daily, but, over the weekly and a nice bounce over the 30 days, 12% on the day here. They released their new roadmap for 2024. So as we see here, there's going to be more gaming content, player experiences and user journey, innovative ecosystem expansion, and evolving the Ultra Arena, which is their esports leg. And then obviously UOS tokenomics revamps and staking. I think that's going to be big. I wish the staking was a little sooner just for my investor mindset, because the sooner staking comes through, there's a supply shock. There's less out there to be sold. It just makes sense. But really excited for Project Citadel, really excited for the sports game that they haven't announced. So it's really good to see this bounce in the market for Ultra, which seems to be based off of their roadmap release. Shout out to NordVPN. Be sure to drop down, use that NordVPN link. We've seen compromises all over the place. I got this from Nord. There's been crypto compromises. There's been company compromises on, patient data, on people's IP addresses, DDoS attacks at colleges, hackers getting into different things they shouldn't. And a lot of it has to do with not being protected. And NordVPN's giving you a 30-day money-back guarantee, 4 months for free, down below in the description. So check that out next week. I'm really excited to just see where this market goes heading into the weekend. Bitcoin around 50K. We'll see what happens. I'm still very bullish heading into the halving. And I have to say, it's a great time in crypto gaming. We're seeing crazy token launches. We have even more coming in the pipeline. It's token launch season, and I'm here for it. And I'm just excited to see what launches at what valuations, and then what opportunities we can get ourselves into from new launches that maybe seem undervalued or overvalued. We will give it to you straight here on In the Game, as we always do. So subscribe, and I will be back on Monday. And if you didn't, go check out the video on the main Banter channel today. We put together a huge crypto gaming portfolio. Go check that one out. Like I said, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Monday. As always, play well, my friends.